Hi, my name is Kirk Hamilton, your host of the Staying Healthy Today Show. Today's show topic is how America's heart healthy doctor incorporates plant-based nutrition into an individualized heart disease prevention and reversal program. I just got finished having a high-energy interview with Dr. Joel Kahn from the Detroit, Michigan area. He actually was raised in Detroit, Michigan, went to the University of Michigan at Ann Arbor, did his undergraduate work there, and then went through medical school there and actually did his internal medicine residency there. Then he went on to Parkland Hospital in Dallas, Texas to study cardiology, and then on to Kansas City, where he got very proficient at putting in stents and angioplasty balloons and flattening out plaque in the arteries, and that was really what he thought he was going to do. Interestingly enough, he became a vegetarian in 1977 when he and his girlfriend walked into the school cafeteria in college and found out that they weren't real thrilled with the food, and they became vegetarians then, and later she became his wife, and that's the way it is today. So when he got out of training in 1990, that was the same time Dean Ornish had presented his landmark studies on reversing heart disease using a plant-based diet, or predominantly plant-based diet. And he was kind of astounded at this, even though he was a vegetarian, but he continued to read and slowly began to incorporate plant-based nutrition into his cardiology, his traditional cardiology practice. Well, that's evolved today, where he is a very progressive, high-energy preventive cardiologist, where he gets people with all types of heart disease and all kinds of lifestyles, and he incorporates plant-based nutrition along with the state-of-the-art testing for inflammation in the blood vessels, types of lipids. He documents the functioning of the inner lining of the artery called the endothelium using the EndoPAT test. He will assess carotid intimal thickness, which is a correlate to your coronary arteries. He will assess fatty acid status to see if you need certain fatty acids. So it's a very progressive practice. He will use nutrients that are scientifically proven to actually reverse some atherosclerosis and lower cholesterol if he needs to. He'll use statins on occasion, but for example, he'll use CoQ10 when people are on statins. He'll also use CoQ10 for heart failure. So it's a total package. And also he does some very interesting progressive things. Like he's an educator and a teacher. He loves to teach and writes books and loves to speak to any crowd. And he started not a patient of his, but somebody who had gone on a plant-based diet, wanted some support. And so they started the support group in the local hospital, having a monthly meeting or so. And all of a sudden, lo and behold, they have 2,000 people who come from potlucks and lectures. And then to top it all off, not only does it have an individualized preventive cardiology or integrative cardiology practice, but he owns Green Space Cafe, which is a totally vegan restaurant, some 35 entrees, and it has alcohol there as well. And so it's a full service restaurant, and that is something that actually he ends up being there almost every night to keep that going, and it's doing very, very, very well. So this is the total package, and it's a high energy interview. Lots of educational links I'll have in there that he recommends for his patients to get started, whether they're seasoned vegans or whether they're just people who just want to find out something about plant-based nutrition and how it can help reverse their heart disease. So go to stayinghealthytoday.com. You'll see the link below this podcast to the podcast. There are also the links to his websites and his practice. I encourage you, anybody you love, send them these podcasts. I'm doing a series on plant-based cardiologists, such as Dr. Kahn, because I want you to know that heart disease is a foodborne illness. Dr. Kahn said 70-80% conservatively of heart disease is preventable and reversible, and probably more so. So my name is Kirk Hamilton. This is Staying Healthy Today Show. Share this podcast with somebody you love, and I'll talk to you soon.